All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Bottom Line with P. Drew. Definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the like button for the algorithm, and smash that notification bell so you can see when we dropping new videos. So yeah, like I said, these donors, they ain't fucking around, man. They not fucking around. The second big name, coaching name, has been fired mid-season. So Brian Kelly is out at LSU after getting dog walked by Marcel Reed and Texas A&M. This is a couple of weeks after Penn State fired James Franklin, man. So that's two. Like I said, these donors, they paying a lot of money. These are big schools. Penn State and LSU are both they both are supposed to be in the national championship contention, and it's supposed to be at least in the college football playoff, and neither team is even gonna sniff it. LSU now is absolutely not gonna make the college football playoff. They got embarrassed Saturday night. Like I said, in the first half it was a decent game, but the second half Texas A&M did anything they wanted, and you can see the team kind of just quit. It looked like they quit on the stadium. They quit on the coach. They quit on everybody. Shaq was out there, and the team got absolutely embarrassed. And like I said, when you paying millions of dollars for transfer players and for coaches, and like look, they'll pay whatever they got to pay to buy you the fuck out, get somebody in there that they feel like can get them where LSU is supposed to be. So Brian Kelly is out, and like I said, Texas A&M dog walks LSU in Death Valley. That's the other thing, man. You was in Death Valley, like you don't get dog walked like that at home. I mean, that was an embarrassing loss. I guess they were tired of he already had 2 losses, and the donors were tired of seeing what they were seeing, and it's been like that for the last couple of years. With Brian Kelly, it's always some excuse. We be right there, but we can never get over the hump quite where we need to be. So I definitely understand why they pulled the trigger. Even in Penn State was a little less understanding. I don't think James Franklin should have got fired, but it's kind of the same thing. They feel like, hey man, we paying too much money, and we kind of maxed out with you, ceilinged out, and we don't feel like we can get to where we need to get to. So Brian Kelly is out after a 49-25 loss to Texas A&M. And then just some of the other games, Georgia Tech continues to be undefeated. Haynes King, man, I like Haynes King. I think he should be in the conversation for the Heisman Trophy. UVA is an interesting story. They win in overtime after stopping a 2-point conversion. UNC could have got the win. They went for 2, wasn't able to get it. But UVA, if they went out, man, they actually might be able to get into the ACC championship game, because the one loss that they have, even though it was an ACC team, NC State, it was not considered an ACC game. So technically they're undefeated in the ACC, which gives them they're undefeated in conference play. So they actually, if they can win out, they still got some tough games to play. But if they can win out, they might make it into the ACC championship against Georgia Tech over Miami. I hope that doesn't happen. I'd rather see Miami and Georgia Tech, but they might be able to sneak in and slide into that ACC championship game. So we'll see how it finishes out. Ole Miss defeats Oklahoma 34-26 in Oklahoma. Oklahoma, John Mateer, man, he started off hot. The last couple, ever since he got that little injury, he's kind of mid-packed a little bit. He kind of fell off. And Oklahoma been struggling, but they had a tough schedule down the stretch anyway. Even though they had a good start to the season, the bottom half of their schedule was a lot tougher. They were bottom heavy with the schedule. So a shout out to Ole Miss, and they get the victory. So they still fighting for their college playoff spot as well. They'll probably be there. They probably won't make the SEC championship, but they'll definitely be in the conversation for college football playoff. You got USF. They lose to Memphis, 31-34. They let Memphis come back. Memphis storms back, and that's that group of 5. I picked South Florida to go in the group of 5, but Memphis with that win, that was a big win for Memphis. So they kind of creep back in front. So we will see what happens with the group of 5. Indiana just keeps rolling. I told you, Fernando Mendoza, my favorite player in college football, absolutely should be the Heisman favorite to me, and I believe Indiana will win the national championship. I think they're built. I think their quarterback, their coach, they've been the most solid team all season. They will be my pick to win the national championship, and Fernando Mendoza will be my pick to win the Heisman Trophy, even though they keep talking about Ty Simpson, which it's very deserving. It'll be a 2-man race going down between Mendoza and Simpson for the Heisman Trophy. Vandy pulls it out in Missouri. Even the Missouri, the quarterback, I don't know how to say, Bopley or whatever, how the fuck you say his name. He gets hurt mid-game, and the freshman comes in, the backup, and he couldn't really do much except that Hail Mary at the end where it finished on the 1 yard line. Diego Pavia didn't have his best game. Vandy didn't have their best game, but look, you pull it out, you figure out how to win. And this is Vandy. This is the best season that they've had in a very long time. They definitely should make the college football playoff. Depending on how they finish, they still got a couple of tough games, but Diego Pavia puts that team on his back. I love the way he plays. I love his energy. I love his feistiness. I love the way he plays overall. And I think Diego Pavia should be in the conversation too as well for the Heisman. BYU continues to roll. BYU is an interesting team, man. They really are. BYU in the Big 12, they'll be in the Big 12 championship more than likely against Texas Tech. That's going to be a hell of a game, but they stay undefeated. And that freshman quarterback they got, man, he's actually the truth, man. Bockenmeyer, however the fuck you say his name, he's a good player. He's a real good player, man. BYU got a promising future. They're going to be right there. They defeat Iowa 41-27. Alabama pulls it out against South Carolina. South Carolina scored late. Lenore Sellers actually played a decent game, not a great game, but a decent game. He had his team ahead at home against Bama, but Bama was able to pull it out. They were able to get the defense stepped up big, was able to get the that fumble, and then they were able to convert into points. Ty Simpson stayed poised, was able to get that last touchdown, and they were able to defeat South Carolina. So big win for Bama. They keep rolling. Texas Tech just keeps rolling, dominating. Will Hammond, man, I love Will Hammond. I really like him. Next year, Texas Tech going to be right there again. Morton, the quarterback, he's really good too. He's going to be an interesting player too going into the draft. I like him. He's very stern, very steady, big kid as well. Very interesting where he's going to fall into the draft and where they're talking about placing him because he's actually sneaky good too. But shout out to Texas Tech. They dominate 42-0. Texas, oh shit, Arch Manning, man. Arch Manning, he driving me crazy. I swear to God. He comes and balls out he balled out and was able to come back against Mississippi State. Now Mississippi State is a middle of the pack team, but you got to give it to Arch. They were down big and came storming back in the end. He was making some big time throws. He had a really good game. He had a big game. So shout out to Arch Manning. They're still fighting, even though they're at the bottom of the rankings right now. I mean, Arch Manning look like he's trying to grow, and from week to week, you always see something. Like last week, you saw absolutely nothing, but then this week he decided to come out and ball out. But he put his team in a hole to start with. But I give it to him. He fought, came back at the end, and he got hurt too at the end of the game. Had to come out of the game, and his backup quarterback came in and threw that fade in overtime. But he's the one that brought him back. They put up 45. So shout out to Arch Manning this week. And then Oregon keeps rolling. And then Tennessee beats Kentucky 56-34. I like Joey Aguilar. It's going to be interesting where Joey Aguilar ends up. They probably won't put him in the Heisman Trophy finalists. But Joey Aguilar is a good player. I like the way he plays. He plays with swag. He plays with energy. Big kid. Like I said, got the height, got the size to play at the next level. And he's another quarterback. It's real interesting. I wonder because I just like his game. He's a really good player. I believe he'll exceed at the next level. So shout out to Tennessee, and they're still fighting as well to make the college football playoff. So we would definitely see. I think they should get in. I think they're a good enough team. Joey Aguilar shows that he's a good enough quarterback to be able to contend. So I would definitely throw them in there. So we shall see going into next week. We coming down the stretch, and so all these teams are jockeying for position to get into their championship games and to put themselves in position to see if they can make a bowl game and who can get into the college football playoff.